when we talk about, EV's impact on the grid, this actually is not a new phenomena. We went through this exact same argument back when AC was starting to really become prevalent in the 1970s. And it caused some problems, and then we were able to, a lot of these are just engineering issues that we need to overcome and solve. This is not a new argument, it's just a new form of an age-old argument about the grid can't handle the electrical demand. And we're going to have to come up with new solutions in order to get over that, but it's not something that anyone should be worried or scared about.
Well, let's talk about that a bit. So, um, I think you brought a great analogy to air conditioning, the prevalence of air conditioning, and or even just electric dryers, which are about the same load as an EV charger in terms of amperage. So, historically, what did that look like as those appliances became commonplace? And how was that solved? I mean, do we really need any new engineering, or can we just fall back on something we did 60 years ago?
I think we're going to need new engineering. I think more or less what was done back then was just increase supply, which we're now at a point where our grid really can't handle the amount of supply that is required. Like there is a point to be made for some people to say like the grid cannot handle the EVs if every car on the road is an EV. That's true, but not every car on the road is an EV. Even the most EV heavy state is 4% market penetration. So it's going to be a very long time before we actually hit that 100% marker. But because they're battery packs, there's actually a lot of really interesting things that you can do with electric vehicles, vehicle to grid or vehicle to home, V2X stuff, that would really change our complete energy infrastructure overnight. You can imagine, one of the really big issues with renewable energies is that they're not consistent, or when they are consistent, like solar, it's in the worst time of the day. It's during the daytime when we're using the least amount of energy. So to have a mobile battery pack that's hooked up to the grid, cars are parked 90% of the time. You're actively, solving an issue that's built into renewable energies as well. So you're generating solar in the middle of the day. You can fill those battery packs up and use them to drive around. You can drive them home, park them in your garage, and then use it to power your home at night. So there's a lot of very interesting things you could actually start to do just because it's a battery pack with wheels.